It's the final race day.
She's ready for you to stop.
Could you not tell when everyone went silent?
Why couldn't you finish the song, though?
Hello and welcome to the Grand Prix podcast for the last race of 2025.
Oh,
Pour a shot for the homies.
Yeah,
I don't really know why I said that.
they're all alive. They've all made it.
They have, yeah. Pointless. Running out of steam. So many,
tired.
so many fucking races and episodes. So much fucking small talk. Because I speak to you guys all the time.
You should have just said, thank fuck, it's the final race of the 2025 season. No, I'm going to miss it.
What,
Are
us?
you? No, the races.
Oh, right.
I'm still going to see you.
Oh. Here, in the unforgiving...
What the fuck? Is this David Attenborough?
Here, in the unforgiving desert of Abu Dhabi, we reach the final moments of nature's most spectacular bloodbath, the 2025 Formula One season. For 23 races, we've observed 3 apex predators locked in mortal combat.
You're calling them predators?
Oh, for God's sake, because it's like meant to be like animals. I'm not saying that they're... No! I'm not saying they're Jimmy Savile. Oh, Nav. You put a horrible spin on that.
Sorry.
Jesus. I can't be having anything anymore. You've taken me so out of script. The Lando Norris, the Oscar Piastri, and the elder statesman, the Max Verstappen. Our story began in Australia, where the young Lando secured an early kill. The Oscar, his own teammate, slipped on grass like a gazelle on ice. Unfortunate, embarrassing even. But the Piastri is resilient. Watch as he strikes back. China, Japan, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. By race 5, the Oscar has seized the alpha position. The Lando relegated to second in his own pack of wolves. The Oscar's dominance is extraordinary. Miami, Imola, Spain. He builds a lead so vast, so insurmountable, that even the Max, who once shunted the great George Russell in Barcelona like a territorial ram, finds himself 104 points behind. The championship appears over. The Piastri has won, and evolution has spoken. But then, race 15, the Netherlands. Nature plays its cruelest trick. The Lando's engine explodes spectacularly. While leading, the only mechanical failure McLaren has suffered all season, and it happens to him. The Oscar now leads by 34 points. The Verstappen somehow is still alive, minus 104 HP. But wait, what's this? The Oscar begins to falter. Baku, he crashes twice. Singapore, he's anonymous. Austin, he's nowhere. Mexico, the Lando strikes, takes the lead. Brazil, the Lando wins the sprint. The Oscar crashes, the Lando wins the race. 24 points clear, 3 races left. It's over. But then, Las Vegas, both McLarens, they falter, disqualified for skidwear violation. The Max rises from the dead like an ancient phoenix. The championship gap collapses. Qatar, McLaren's strategy is so bad. They leave both cars out under safety car. Why? Nobody is really sure. The Max wins, 12 points. And now, here in Abu Dhabi, 58 laps remain to determine everything. The Lando leads by 12 points. Third place guarantees the crown. The Max needs a miracle. He needs chaos. He needs the McLarens to destroy each other. And the Oscar, just 4 points back, still mathematically alive, still trying to hunt. 3 predators don't. 1 circuit, 1 trophy. The lights will go out, the pack will charge, and nature will choose its champion.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very intense. It is. I'm
Why are you
feeling
giving me such flirty face for, though?
Whoa.
Why are you just smiling at me with intense eye contact?
Because I said very intense, so I was trying to be intense. It's on theme.
Damn.
Well, I'm feeling the intensity. I'm ready for the race.
I think
I'm
I've done
ready.
it the wrong way round. I think for our final showdown finale preview, I should have done this intro, and then I should have done WWE one for today.
Yeah.
I think I've completely botched that.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
You live and you learn.
yeah. There's other podcasts in the world that are to do with F1 that don't do themed intros at all. It's almost like I'm doing work that I shouldn't be.
No, keep it going. I love
All
it.
right, fine.
What was your thought process behind this one?
I wanted something that would explain the story,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, who's good at doing that?
Oh, was it not? Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi's in a desert. Desert. Nature. National Geographic. First of all, David Attenborough is on the BBC, not National Geographic. Oh, I haven't seen either.
Oh, that's shocking. No, it was I wanted a story, and David Attenborough is very good at telling a story.
He is indeed.
So I thought something that would be slow, cinematic, informative. David Attenborough.
Damn, okay, fair
I
enough.
see a lot of myself in him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah? White man in your 90s.
No, I take issue with that. No,
It's actually 80s.
I think banter. That's immortalised in a podcast episode. Your failed joke.
Dead crack.
Not as in a bum crack, by the way.
What?
Ouch! In my head. Oh, fuck. Right on the wall. Fucking hell.
Girls, we've made it 24 races. Let's not fall apart now.
Oh my god, we broke the 4th wall.
Why?
They know that I'm sitting behind a wall right now.
Whoa. It is why you're naked.
Why have you braided your pubes?
To match your braided tail hairs.
You got such a long unibrow, you're like a unicorn.
Okay, Miss Bobblehead.
That implies I have a small body, thank you so much. Should we pick on Nav?
No!
Poo pants! She always poo in her pants.
Can we get back to F1, please? She's got diarrhea. She's got to go.
No denial. Denial is a river of poo.
And you are gay. Wait, it's your husband is gay, isn't it?
That's why I stayed damn fucking quiet. You just tapped me instead of gay.
F1, guys.
What do you think all the other big podcasts are talking about for this episode?
What are we, like 20 minutes in? They're probably already halfway through the race. Alright, let's try and pull this back, please. What do we start with? God, it's been so long. Qualifying roundup?
Oh,
we stopped doing those. No, we stopped doing Izzy's qualifying hot lap or whatever it was called. Do you have a summary of qualifying for me?
Hamilton was out in Q1.
Yeah. He's kind of making a habit of that.
Yeah. He was in P16 after his earlier FP3 crash.
But I'd say he's doing it deliberately. I think leave that in the last episode.
Alex Albon, Nico Hulkenberg, Pierre Gasly and Franco Colapinto were knocked out in Q1. Russell was looking pretty zippy, but his teammate Antonelli missed out quite marginally. But George Russell was setting the pace ahead of Max Verstappen. Verstappen was very confident, didn't do a final run, and I'm assuming maybe saved some tyres. But rookie Kimi Antonelli was knocked out for P14, whilst Ollie Behrman also narrowly missed out in P11. Carlos Sainz, Liam Lawson, Lance Stroll also failed to get into Q3. And then the finale, showdown, who would win out in Yas Marina? Verstappen dominated the top 10 on his first run, but he got a very impressive tow from Mr. Yuki Tsunoda, who will be a reserve driver next year. And he then even managed to improve further with his second attempt, which was a 1:22.207, which was fucking fast. And both McLarens gave it a go, but they fell short of the Dutchman's efforts. And Norris finished in P2, and Piastri was further back in P3. Russell took P4, Leclerc P5, and the top 10 was completed by Alonso, Bortoleto, Ocon, Hadjar, and Tsunoda. So it was Max Verstappen, 4-time world champion, vying for a 5th championship, was the man on the pole position. And then it was Mr. Lando Norris, I'd say Lando late charge Norris. And third was Oscar, still mathematically in this championship, Piastri.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you the power of a toe during qualifying, doesn't it?
Explain that.
A toe? Ooh, you explained it to me while we were watching qualifying.
I did, yeah. And we had a mulled wine.
Yes, we did. So a toe is when someone is driving ahead of you, then they are making it easier for the person behind to drive because they're taking away all of the pressure.
All of the pressure? How?
Something.
They've got a sign at the back. You're doing great, Sadie!
So it makes it easier for them to drive because they're not taking in as much air or something.
What? They're not breathing as much? Is that what you mean?
The car.
The car's not breathing as much.
Yeah.
Why did you say yeah? Why did you say yeah to that?
I don't know. I feel like I get it, but I also can't explain it. But I get it.
Wonderful. Can't wait to see how you do in this end of year exam.
No, don't ask me about this.
I forgot that really common thing with exams where you get to pick the questions.
Yeah, literally. It's like Open University. No, that was wrong. So what happens is that if a car is ahead of you as you're going full speed down a straight, you will be punching a hole aerodynamically through the air as your car is disrupting all the air particles. Because of the aerodynamic design of the 2022 regulation cars, the air will lift over that car and it will then go under that car, and it will then get aerodynamically worked to be able to generate downforce for the car and then pushed back out again behind them. We talk about dirty air, but a tow is when someone is far enough away from you to not get disturbed by the wake of their turbulent air, but instead they are able to give you an aerodynamic slipstream that you can follow them in, thus giving you less drag, and is almost a very small similarity to the DRS that we have on racing cars. DRS stands for drag reduction system, and essentially a tow is a drag reduction system in and of itself. So Yuki Tsunoda helped Max Verstappen by driving ahead of him on the straight, and then as Max approached, he ducked over off the racing line and allowed Verstappen to whiz on past and continue on his way, and it helped improve his lap time and ultimately helped him get on pole position.
And Tsunoda was so dedicated to helping out his teammate that he put in no time.
Yeah.
For Q3.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck
And George did the same thing to Max, didn't he?
No, Max James ended up doing the same thing for George without Max
Yeah.
realising, because George just sort of said, put me out behind Max and he'll give me a tow.
Yeah.
Which was very clever.
It's true.
I love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, George Russell Karening is always a fun thing.
Yeah.
And in and of itself, it was a sort of a Karen-esque moment, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
He was sort of stealing an advantage without anyone asking.
He just wanted to be involved, you know. The everyone's talking about the 3 contenders, and he's like, "But I want my name talked about too."
I would have loved it if George took pole.
I thought George was going to take pole
I
at points
know.
in that, to be honest with you. I was sipping my mulled wine, very intrigued.
But, I mean, he would have put in a very good time, but he had a little twitch at the end of his final lap, didn't he?
He did.
Which kind of cost him a lot of time.
It put a bit of a dampener on his Russell hustle.
Yeah.
shall we get into it and finally fucking find out who is going to be crowned the F1 2025 World Drivers' Championship winner? Well,
Yes.
fuck that up.
But we know what you mean, so let's do it.
That's true. Someone's O has got to go.
Or Max,
Or Max.
will get a fifth.
So, okay, fine. Okay. Someone's O has got to go, or Max has to get 5.
So catchy. Let's do this.
Thank you. Let's go racing!
Because we are British, we
are the champions, my friend. Bow, bow.
We'll keep on fighting till the end.
Row, 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 row.
We are the champions.
We are the champions. No time. We need to stop.
Yeah, copyright.
Also, this isn't a singing podcast and we can't sing.
Yeah, true.
Lando Norris is officially the 11th British world champion in the history of everything.
Let's go.
And, I mean, I thought the race was a bit dull.
Yeah.
But very happy for Lando Norris, who was very tearful and has put a lot into this season. But, I mean, I thought that was pretty
Boring.
dull.
Yeah, I
can't
mean-
escape the feeling that we didn't really see, apart from turn 1 with Lando and Oscar, with Oscar overtaking Lando, we didn't really see Oscar, Lando or Max really have any wheel-to-wheel contact the whole of that race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is how I kind of feel for quite a lot of this championship. So the result is fantastic. I'm not begrudging any 3 of those drivers that would have won, would have been wholly deserving. I'm not being a bitch. It's just, I just found the race a bit dull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, like, where's the bitiness of it all?
I mean, for something that was hyped up this much, you know, everyone was looking forward to the final showdown, ended up being very, very boring.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, all Norris had to do was make sure he was on the podium in order to win. It meant that he didn't really need to go scrappy with his racing. He literally just needed to follow Max and not really try that hard. Not to say that he didn't really try, but
Yeah, and also, like, Leclerc was behind Norris, and initially, I think in the first 10 laps, Leclerc was very close to Norris. I
Yeah.
mean, he was less than a second away at points. And I kept thinking, ooh, Leclerc might overtake Norris. That puts Norris in 4th position,
and
which
then he
means that if
probably had
Max
to lift and
wins...
coast.
Yeah, and then it just never ended up happening. And Russell was so good during qualifying, got to the race, and he couldn't get past Leclerc.
Yeah.
So, ended up being a bit meh.
What is 9 plus 10?
21.
Double it.
42.
That 42, I think, was a crucial moment in this race.
Okay.
Because the obvious moment that Max could have done some chaos would have been lap 42.
Yeah.
Lap 42 was after Piastri had pitted from second place and had dropped 24 seconds behind Max, right? Which then offered a window for Verstappen to stop fresh tyres and emerge in the lead just ahead of Piastri and Norris.
Yeah.
Who was in 4th at that point?
Leclerc?
Yes. Who was being quite quick at that time?
Leclerc.
Who was also in there on 5th but wasn't that important, but is still there?
Russell.
Exactly. So, if Verstappen had decided to do a Lewis Hamilton of 2016 in the last race of the season against his former teammate Nico Rosberg, he could have taken that opportunity to get fresh rubber and then could have backed the pack up. They could get into a DRS train and Leclerc could join that train and then be able to get ahead of Norris and then could have won the championship. Because he asked at one point, what's going on with Leclerc? Is he making any inroads?
Yeah.
And he said, not really, no. So at that point, it's like you have the gap to pit and actually help it yourself. That would have helped.
I mean, the way they were talking about Leclerc today, it's like he was an honorary Red Bull driver. Because they were thinking that anything he does might just help Verstappen.
Yeah, I guess it was more a case of if he had pitted, he would have come out with like 1.2 seconds lead on Piastri. And, you know, if he'd had a bad pit stop or something like that, or if there was a safety car later on, it was kind of just risking track position, really. So I can understand why they didn't do it, but also it was kind of like a win-win sort of thing. If you stay out, you keep track position, you keep first place. But if you do it, then you would have had a chance at maybe getting the championship and playing a bigger role in your chance to get a championship. I think they kind of were just hoping something would happen behind them and didn't really want to force the hand of it.
I mean, Max also said that apparently the new Abu Dhabi layout makes backing up the pack harder compared to the layout that they had in 2016 when Lewis was trying to win the championship. He was second in the championship, he needed to win, and he needed Nico Rosberg to be a place behind where he was. So Lewis started driving very slowly in the lead without letting Nico pass, hoping that Sebastian Vettel would be able to overtake Nico Rosberg, which would hand the championship to Lewis. And he even got told by his pit wall, like, can you start speeding up faster? And he was like, I'm losing this race either way. I'd like to do it at my own pace. Thank you very much. And it was waiting for, potentially, for the Ferrari to overtake, but the Ferrari ended up not being able to overtake, so that he didn't end up winning 2016. But he gave it a good go.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of articles coming up to this race of that being an idea that someone like Max might be able to employ. But alas, he didn't. But I did wonder, that could have neutralised things slightly and tipped it a little bit in Max's favour. Yes, he might have lost track position, but I mean, him winning today didn't really matter anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like, you might as well like throw some spaghetti at the wall, see if it sticks. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, he only lost the championship by 2 points.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Piastri was how many points?
Piastri ended up on 410 points, so he was 13 points behind Lando Norris in first, and he was 11 points away from Max Verstappen in second.
I mean, that's very close too.
It is, yeah. Considering that Oscar Piastri's on 410, George Russell in P4 is 319.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Should we talk about a bit of McLaren potential drama that happened during the race day? Or what I kind of saw was a bit of drama.
Go on then, give it a go.
Okay, so
Give it a go.
a few red flags
Oh.
between McLaren. Why did I say it that way? McLaren
You said it no differently either way.
and Oscar Piastri.
Okay.
Few instances that I can remember. First one, when they told Norris that they were going to tell Piastri to speed up when he was in P2, and that's because Norris was very closely getting chased by Leclerc, so they wanted Piastri to speed up so that Norris is able to get away and build more of a gap between him and Leclerc. But then they reframed it to Piastri in a way that it was making it sound like it's to Piastri's advantage to do that.
Yeah.
But actually this was just helping Norris's race. And actually Piastri would want Norris to be overtaken by Leclerc because Piastri can only win if Norris drops down.
Yeah.
If he's on podium, then he won't win. And then the second thing was when Piastri pointed out to his engineer that Verstappen was facing graining issues, rather than responding to Piastri. Although, to be fair, they might have not aired the actual response to Piastri for that, but we didn't get one on the screen. It then got relayed to Norris, that piece of information, even though that wasn't meant to go to Norris, that was more to help Piastri. And then the third instance was at some point in the race, I don't remember exactly when, Piastri was asking about what's happening in the front. He asked his engineer and said, how can I win this? Like, what are the chances of me winning the race? And he basically got no response. So I get Piastri's chances.
That was broadcast to everybody at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As in, we didn't hear the response,
yeah.
but there might have been a response.
Yeah, but on the screen, I mean, if it was any
Yeah,
like,
if it's not on the screen, it never got said, right?
it's not what I mean. But I mean, like,
it is like journalists and producers that are coming up with what they broadcast.
If it was a good response or like something worth saying, they would have put that on screen. But clearly, they said, you know, they must have just not really responded or said something that wasn't worth broadcasting. But my point is I get Piastri's chances for today were much lower than Norris's chances and Verstappen's chances. And I get McLaren wants one of their drivers to win. But especially with the whole drama that's been happening with papaya rules, with the McLaren strategy team being quite biased towards Norris, I thought, it's a bit shitty. You know, not really give him even a chance today.
I've got potentially a more legit one than just they didn't show us the radio message. And it was when I think Russell and Leclerc pitted for a second time, and Piastri was getting ready to do his first pit stop of the race because he went long on his tyres. And rather than pitting him the lap they were meant to pit him, they then pit Norris instead to cover the threat from the guys behind him and kept Piastri out for another lap, which then meant that he was overtaken by Max.
Yeah.
So I thought that one was a bit more shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. I mean, I thought it was clever because after Qatar, where they got kind of sort of got their lunch money nicked by Max Verstappen, by leaving their wallet hanging out their pockets, I thought it was interesting that for this race, they decided to split the strategies with Norris on mediums and Piastri on hards.
Yeah.
They've ended up having, obviously, Oscar passing Lando pretty early on.
Which I was not expecting.
I was
thinking
expecting
he's
that.
Starting on hards, they're going to take a while to get to temperature. And then on the first lap, he was just like casually overtaking Norris. And I was just like, oh, okay. Either he's had a wonderful start or Norris has had a bit of a pooper start.
For those of people that watch Ted Lasso, you'll know what that means. I mean, I think it's interesting, but Andrea Stella said it was interesting to let Oscar go with the hard tyres and try to chase Max. This was even in the interest of Lando to some extent.
Oh.
So that was interesting.
Okay.
It was a bold thing for both drivers' strategies to be different on the crucial night.
And we did say they needed to be more bold.
I agree, and I think that it actually paid off for them. What I thought was very excitable was when Yuki Tsunoda was trying to defend from Lando Norris and trying to hold him up somewhat, and ended up that they were both under investigation for naughty antics in the driver department. But Tsunoda was then given a 5-second time penalty for forcing Norris off the track on lap 23, and Zak Brown, CEO of McLaren, called it a dangerous and unnecessary manoeuvre and said this is a team sport, so I'm not surprised the second car is going to help out, but I think there's got to be a limit.
Not calling the kettle black.
I know.
Also, I'm not sure about the fact that Norris didn't get penalised because he overtook Tsunoda off track. Whether it's Tsunoda forcing him off track or whatever, you always have to give the position back if you've overtaken off track.
I agree. I mean, it would have added a bit of spice to things for all the Lando fans out there. They probably think, shut the fuck up. It was lovely. We had a wonderful day out today. Shut up. For someone like us that were all impartial and we just like to natter about F1, God, that would have been an interesting comeback story if he had a 5-second time penalty and would have had to do an extra stop and all this other stuff, or would have not taken the time penalty as part of his pit stop, but knew it would have been time applied, so we'd have had to gone like hell down the road to try and make up 5 seconds and all this other stuff. That would have been very exciting with people like Leclerc and Russell with legitimate pace, actually less Russell, more Leclerc, had legitimate pace to be able to challenge him to being overtaken. That would have been exciting, but alas, that did not happen.
No.
What I would like to natter to you gal pals about, do you ever have it when you've had a long day at work and on your commute home, one of your colleagues sees you, asks you a question and then punches you in the gut at the same time?
No.
Well, that's what Max Verstappen had today.
What?
After fighting for 58 laps, full throttle, working as hard as he could to secure all he could to be able to win the 2025 championship, which he ended up losing by 2 points. He then, in the press conference post-race room, got asked the question about if the Barcelona incident with George Russell has cost him the 2025 championship.
Dear.
And the reason that this person asked him is because he crashed into George Russell in Barcelona and looked very intentional and later admitted that it was a mistake, earning him a 10-second time penalty that dropped him from 5th to 10th, which cost him 9 championship points. How many points did he lose the championship by today?
2.
So if he hadn't have had that incident and got very angry, he could have won today.
Yeah.
So Verstappen bit back and said, you forget all the other stuff that happened in my season. The only thing you mention is Barcelona. I knew that would come. You're giving me a stupid grin right now.
I can understand his frustration.
Yeah.
And he said, it's part of racing in the end. You live and you learn. Championship is one of 24 rounds. I've also had a lot of early Christmas presents given to me in the second half, so you can also question that. which is referring to McLaren's mistakes.
If he won it, this wouldn't be a conversation. It would be like, it's the same.
Well, if he won it, they wouldn't be asking, why do you think that you lost it from?
No, I'm saying like these sort of things wouldn't be brought up the same way that Norris has now won the championship, and no one's gonna bring up the fact that he DNF'd due to his own fault in one of the races.
I think it's a silly question from that reporter, really. It's very, because, I mean, Max also DNF'd in one of the races because Antonelli took him out.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
He's not asking that question. You could also argue that Norris only won this championship because of the team orders in Monza. Because he won the championship by 2 points, and he gained 3 points by having those team orders switch his position. So actually, he could have lost the championship by 1 point if those team orders hadn't have happened.
Yeah.
But they're not asking that question to Norris. So yes, it's very bitchy to ask that question to
Also,
Max.
on that DNF, I saw a video on Twitter of Antonelli apologizing to Max.
What, today?
Yeah. I don't know if it's within this context, but I think it's because, like if I hadn't DNF, like if I haven't caused you to DNF, then you wouldn't have lost.
I feel for him having to take that question. That's annoying.
Listen, Max is very blessed in his life. He's a new father, he's got a long-term partner, he has a great support system around him, he has a great team around him, and he's got so many accolades, trophies and championship titles that I don't think he's going to go to bed upset whatsoever. He put everything into this season, and the second half of the season, Red Bull were able to really get themselves together and start pushing forward with some amazing momentum, and they've had Max Verstappen to pull that off. However, he will be able to say one statistic that people won't be able to sniff at, which is he's won more races than both Lando and Oscar this year, even though he lost the championship.
Yeah.
Because they both had 7 apiece, and his last race of the season, he
Got
won
him his 8th.
8th. So that's still pretty fucking impressive, considering how dominant McLaren have been this season. And I don't think anyone would have said at the end of this season that Max would have had the most wins.
Yeah, it is a shame he doesn't get to equal Schumacher's record of 5 consecutive wins.
That is true. I'd be intrigued.
No one has been able to.
No.
Because Lewis wasn't able to either.
I'd be so intrigued to see which racer in the future is able to pull that off.
Yeah.
My bet's Charles Leclerc.
Not if he stays in Ferrari.
No, that was part of the joke. You must learn more about this sport. Should I give you some reactions to Lando winning his first title?
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay. Lando said, "It's not just this year or the last 7 or 8 years I've been with McLaren, but the last 16 or 17 years of my life trying to chase this dream. Today we all did it, so I'm pretty happy. My best performances this year came when I needed them most. When I was on the back foot is when I did my best and showed the most of me. I managed to get the gap I needed to perform and do what I needed to do today. I'm proud. I've got my whole family, my girlfriend, a lot of people here. I would hate to embarrass them on a day like today. My mum and dad let me share this dream, and today I got to share it with them."
Oh.
I thought it was very beautiful. And Carlos Sainz, for those of you listening in, Carlando, those of you that don't know, there was, what is it called now? Carbono, which is for Carlos and Albon. You know, there was an original ship, and it was Carlando, because they both raced together in McLaren before McLaren really hit its dominance. But they
Their
are very
friendship is
close.
cute.
Yeah, they're very close. They get on very well. They're great friends.
They still play golf together and paddle and all of that nonsense.
Aw.
They do. And Carlos said, "More than anything, I'm happy for him as a person, because he's a driver that doesn't follow the typical stereotypes of a world champion. He's always stayed true to himself, very honest, very open about his own struggles, and proven to everyone you can be world champion being a nice guy, or you don't have to be ruthless or badass. Happy for him. I hope he stays the same. It doesn't get in his head that he's world champion and he keeps being himself, or even if he relaxes more and can enjoy F1 more. He must have suffered a bit this year with all the social media pressure, journalism pressure, from criticising him when he was struggling in the first half, then when Max was getting close. It's never easy to be world champion with Max breathing down his neck, but he's kept it more or less under control."
Oh.
Isn't that a beautiful thing
Yeah.
I love
for a man to say about another man just out there? I think it's so gorgeous. I loved that quote. There's actually a lot of talk about Lando Norris subverting the idea of what we see as a strong world champion in F1. We've spoken about it when we've talked about the idea of drivers starting in, back at the start of the 75-year history of Formula One, coming out of World War II and being desensitized to death, but also having a sort of rock and roll, rough and tumble look at what men are able to do, and not worrying about all that nonsense safety stuff.
Cigarettes and oil rags. All
Exactly.
that sort of thing.
And then we go into sort of a rock and roll era of people like James Hunt, Nicky Lauda, the ruthless competitors, party animals well, not Nicky Lauda, but party animals outside of racing. So times really have changed, because I think Lando's very open way of being, in terms of his vulnerable nature, the fact that he's very affable, but he's not a liar. He just says it as it is. You can see how he's feeling about things, and he doesn't shy away from just being himself. And if you can be anyone in this world, why would you not choose to be yourself, for goodness sake? But people do tend to be media trained. They tend to put on more of a macho-wacho nonsense sort of bold face. I think it's very cool that not only Lando has been able to pull this off to be a world champion and sort of change the narrative slightly, but also that other people are praising him for it.
Yeah.
Because we previously in this season had a quote from Sebastian Vettel talking about how great he thinks that Lando is, and talking about his mental health and being so open. He's been praised for it. And at times this season he has not been praised for it, but well done to Lando.
Yeah.
Although I will say,
Uh-oh.
I'm not trying to be a hater, okay? I will say, in his post-race interview where he was, obviously being asked, how does it feel to be champion, blah, 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 he was crying, happy tears.
He was.
And he kept saying, like, oh, God, why am I crying and being such a baby and stuff like that. Own your tears, Lando. They're happy tears. We're happy to see how much this means for you. Just own it.
Yeah, I hear
There's
that.
nothing wrong with men crying.
I hear that. Boys cry too.
Yeah.
That is a mental health brand, just like to say it. No, I agree. I think it's a culmination of lots of things, and people that aren't happy with who's won and he was handed the champion. What the fuck have you achieved this year? Shut up. Right, shut up. Who cares? No matter whether it would have been Oscar, Max or Lando, we would have been sitting here regardless praising that driver.
Yeah.
Because all three of these drivers, and all of them up and down the grid, have worked tirelessly. They've barely seen their family. God knows what fucking time zone they all think they're in. They've had to be working in the gym, having nutrition, having to train their neck. What a weird fucking part of your body to have to train.
Honestly, we went on holiday for 3 weeks and we made jet lag our whole personalities for a week.
I'm still here. I'm tired.
What the fuck do they go through?
It's my Betty Boys. But, I mean, what a full season we've had.
Yeah.
But we have word from Oscar Piastri. He said it's been a fun challenge. Obviously, at certain points, maybe it doesn't feel that fun. But I think that it's a really enjoyable season for both of us, probably. And I'm saying that as a person who's not champion. I've learnt plenty of things along the way. Even the last 3 years, I've learnt things every weekend from what Lando does. And it's nice to know that it goes both ways.
Gracious.
Yeah, very gracious. I thought I saw Lando's mum give Oscar a hug, which I thought was very lovely as well.
That's
And
very cute.
I saw, so when Lewis moved over to Ferrari, I said to Nav, in the confidence of our own anonymity, before this podcast, before I became a thing, I said, imagine if Lewis is able to win in the next couple of years with Ferrari, and McLaren don't, and Mercedes don't. And if he left and retired as a Ferrari world champion, he's got his 8th and then he retires, he would leave the grid being Ferrari's latest champion winner, Mercedes' latest championship winner, and McLaren's latest championship winner. Because until today, Lewis was still McLaren's latest championship winner.
Oh, damn.
That was the last world champion they had, was Lewis Hamilton in 2008. And now, finally, it's now Lando Norris that can say, I am the latest McLaren driver. Still British. But I saw Lewis went up to Lando and gave him a big hug and congratulated him and said, I told you you could do it, which I thought was very, very nice. And now they're both world champions.
Well, I
That's
remember,
very cute.
Yeah.
like, back in, 2020 or 2019 or whatever, I think the year that Lando was a rookie.
Yeah.
And Lewis was trying to pass him because he'd had a back of the grid start or something, and he came on the radio and he said over the radio this kid is great. Like,
yeah, he said,
gonna
great racer, Lando.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's gonna make it one day.
Yeah.
And like reiterated the point after the race as well, and was just like, it was so great to, you know, try and race against him. He's so good, and he's gonna make it huge one day. So it must be quite nice to have that full circle moment where it's just like, there you go, you get to see it, and he's made it.
Hell yeah. Although Lando did make, a few of them have made this comment, oh, it's not to do with Lewis, it's to do with the car. But then obviously this year,
Yes,
when
yes.
everyone was saying, well, it's down to the car, and he was like, it's more than the car, it's actually very difficult. It's very difficult.
It's also about skill and also about
Exactly.
your
It's also the person driving it.
It's also the strategy team babying you.
Yeah. Oh!
Reem's a hater.
Not cool.
No,
Not
no.
okay. We talked about mental health.
Whoa.
Talked about authenticity. Talked about how hard he's raced. Comeback kid. And here you are, sitting wearing your pyjamas without a bra, judging.
Trying to tear him down.
You need to expose me.
Reem's eyes just went so wide when I said no bra.
Sitting here judging me with your boobs out.
Yeah, I am. Look.
No, I'm not a hater. Norris does deserve the win today.
I don't know, you said that with like a really salty tone.
What are you on about? Max deserved the win. He won the fucking race.
No, I mean the championship win.
Oh, right.
He did deserve it because he's
he
had
won.
a very good season, and you know he's had 7 wins this season. He's had mostly podium finishes, but we have to say the team does baby him at times.
No comment.
I plead the fifth.
Damn, since when are we objective on this podcast? The whole point of a podcast is opinions.
Like, my opinion is that you're spreading negativity. You're talking about a world champion, I'll have you know.
And we're British, we have to support him.
Bastard Brits. Royal Britannia.
Oh.
Sorry. No, not cool. Well, I mean, come on. It started off well for Lando in Australia. He managed to win the race whilst Oscar was cutting about on the grass, using the most expensive lawnmower known to man. And then Oscar hit back hard with a string of victories. China, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Miami, blah, 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 blah. And then they had a couple of times where they were beaten by Max Verstappen and a Red Bull, not even
And George
McLaren.
Russell.
And
Give him
George
his
Russell.
flowers.
That's
Yeah.
true. Then Lando was able to score, he was able to win in Monaco, and then Oscar only came third there. And then after Canada, Lando bounced back, if you remember what happened in Canada, bounced back, but then Oscar started to get a little bit of traction. But Azerbaijan hit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then it started to change a little bit, because Oscar occasionally he wasn't really fighting at the forefront, was it, with his front teeth. He was sort of nibbling in the background. And then Lando had his dominant victories in Mexico and Brazil, turned the tables firmly from Oscar being the favourite to him. And by the time that the double disqualification in Las Vegas happened, Oscar's once 104-point lead over Max had been eradicated. And then we had this fantastic string of dominance that happened from Lando. And you're going to say he's babied by the team.
I'm not discounting his skills or his ability to be winning those races, but Nav
Sounds like you are.
made a really good point about Monza and how he gained 3 points off of the strategy call for him and Piastri to switch after a bad pit stop. And that basically, did he win that race?
No, he came second and Oscar came third, but it should have been the other way.
Yeah. And that literally could have been the thing between him getting the championship or not. And it's not Norris's fault, because he's not asking for that to happen. He can't control what the strategy team does or what he's being told to do or what Piastri is being told to do. So this isn't criticism against Norris, but it's more criticism against the McLaren team.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
especially in a
It is very valid.
Yeah, it's completely valid.
and especially in a season where you've got a team where 2 of the drivers are basically teammates turned rivals. You know, you have to let them race. You have to let it be exciting. You have to let it be fair. But they've had, I think, too much control in that fight between them.
I'm with you on that.
Thank you. I needed the validation.
And just like that, I'm against you.
Well, it must be said, it's been a miserable season for one man in red, and that's been Lewis Hamilton. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he is the perfect person to retire from this sport.
Oh.
And I've got breaking news to let you know. There's rumours about it.
Yeah.
Oh. That's not breaking news. That's rumours.
There are rumours that Ollie Behrman is gearing up to replace him in 2027.
Oh.
Well, let's have a little look, shall we? So, an article I was reading suggested that unlike his Mercedes days, when he'd be allowed to cool off, get changed, chill out for a little bit before facing media, that now he has to have a microphone shoved in his face pretty much seconds after he's gone out of the car and doesn't allow him any chance to really cool off. And Lewis wears his heart on his sleeve, similar to young Lando Norris.
He does indeed.
The world champion's way. Instead of considered, calm, thoughtful answers, they're a bit more philosophical, with Lewis always saying, let's keep pushing, team. He ends up having an outburst of some sort of an emotional response, either being a bit sulky, snappy, criticising the team, criticising his own abilities.
Sometimes he just doesn't say anything at all.
Yes, he just sort of says the weather's nice. Fred Vasseur said earlier in this year, Fred Vasseur being the team principal of Ferrari, that Lewis's extreme comments to the media have only made a bad situation worse. Some of Lewis's post-race statements was, at the moment, I'm only looking forward to the break and just to be disconnected or not to speak to anyone. No one will be able to get hold of me this winter. If that's not me, I don't know what is. That is me. Do I want to go Winter Wonderland? Fuck you. Do you want to go karaoke? No, thank you. Do you want to go out dancing? Get lost. I want to be at home.
I'm not even going to my work Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am, but I mean...
At what
people
cost?
listen to actually, some people at my work listen to this. Never mind. I'll be there with the gang. He said, I won't have my phone with me. I'm looking forward to completely unplugging from the Matrix. I've generally always had it around, but this time I'm going to put it in the frickin' bin.
Oh.
I can't wait to get away from all this. Every week photo shoots and all that kind of stuff. That's the thing I look forward to one day, not having to do it all. So, looking forward one day to not having to do it all. Retirement?
Yeah.
Phone going in the frickin' bin. Level of burnout? Completely unplugged from the Matrix. Existential crisis?
Yeah.
He's a significant amount of points away from Leclerc. Eek. So, the Ferrari... What are you laughing at? So, tell me the top 6 drivers that have finished the 2025 Drivers' Standings.
Norris.
Is that true?
Norris is number 1.
Is that true?
Yes.
Well done.
Max. Yes.
Yeah.
Piastri.
Piastri?
Yes.
Yeah.
Russell. Yes.
Yeah.
Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Lewis.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
No, I do the graphics weekly.
But you've had a break.
Still remember them.
Oh, okay.
Guess how many points Lewis finished behind his own teammate in the same car?
Don't tell me it's over 100.
It's under 100.
Okay. Higher or lower than 50?
Higher.
60 to 70.
Higher.
Really?
Oh, is it in the
80.
90s? Is it 99?
Lower.
Oh.
85.
One more.
It's 6.
86.
I guessed
Damn.
it.
86 points.
That's not good.
Yikes.
Also, I read that Lewis broke his streak of being on podiums
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the first time in how many years?
His career.
His whole career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
She took a moment to look into herself and she figured out it was bad.
I get why he wants to retire. Fair enough.
You guys at home couldn't see that she looked down literally into herself and thought, is that bad? And then she said, that's bad. You really didn't think about that.
Well, I didn't know in how long. I didn't know since the start of his career.
2007.
Damn.
How many years ago was that? Why are you beatboxing?
19!
19.
No!
It's not 19.
18!
Jesus. Imagine being helped out just to be thrown back in.
18!
Yeah.
That's wild.
So there's speculation from pundits all over the world. Can I tell you who is the main pundit saying this?
Nico
Nico
Rosberg.
Rosberg. Do you know why that's funny?
He's his old teammate.
Well, he also, in 2016, he won his first world championship, similar to Leo. Why am I about to call him Leonardo DiCaprio? What am I saying? Similar to what's his name?
Lando Norris.
Thank you. Jesus. It's because I'm trying to say Lico. That's what I'm trying to say. Similar to Similar to Lando. No, I said that like I'm really having to try to say Lando. Similar to Lando, who's won his first world championship. Boo! Sorry, not boo. As in, that was me saying like, woo! I meant to say woo! Oh, fuck. God. Talking such an effort.
Similar to Lando.
Similar to Lando, who's just won his world championship. Woo, 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 woo. What the fuck am I saying?
Nico.
Oh yeah, Nico Rosberg in 2016. He won the world championship, similar to his dad, Kiki Rosberg. He then surprisingly said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and he retired. And Mercedes was like, "You're taking the fucking piss, lad. We've got no time to find a replacement driver. Are you sure about this?" And he was like, "Yep, proved what I needed to prove. I'm world champion. I'm gonna go now. Bye."
Everyone said he was running from a fight because he couldn't do it again.
Oh,
As in beat Lewis.
yeah.
So it's ironic that the retirement speculation is being started by Nico Rosberg because he's like, "Well, I know I did it, so it's probably on his mind." And I won the damn thing and he's not doing fuck all. Nico has basically said, "I think he has to continue. Stopping now is not cool. He only just started the Ferrari project. To give up after only one season doesn't work. He has to continue, give it another shot, and hope he feels comfortable in that next year car. Maybe the car is a good car. This car is not so great. His great struggle this year was qualifying pace. In the race, there was flashes of brilliance that we kept seeing. It's just qualifying pace, and with the car being so different next year, maybe he can find some of that old magic again in qualifying. The hope is still there, definitely." So, is it the car? Is it just Lewis? Is it a little bit of age creeping in? And is this starting to dent a very, very, very glossy looking car of a legacy that he has?
I mean, his main struggle this year was qualifying doesn't really work because that's kind of been his main struggle for the last 4 years. Since he has no longer been the world champion, he just doesn't really know how to qualify very well.
Yeah.
And yes, for 2022 we can put some of that down to the car. Mercedes just wasn't great, but even still he's been qualifying lower than his teammates consistently.
I think it also contrasts to earlier in the year he said that he could race happily until he's 50. And pre-season he was very optimistic about the Ferrari move. And now he's trying to throw his phone in the bin and says he can't wait to get away and doesn't want to talk to anyone or see anyone.
Yeah.
I think
We're coming up to Christmas. People have a lot of plans at Christmas.
he's been given the Red Bull second seat experience with his move to Ferrari, where people's reputations have been damaged being in the second seat because the car is so complicated to drive. And obviously Max is very experienced with it, and he's been at the team for so long and he's also a brilliant driver that he's able to, get titles with that car. But whoever's in the second seat struggles a lot. Same with Yuki Tsunoda this year, and with Lawson as well this year. And with Lewis, the Ferrari car isn't even good enough to get one of the drivers a championship.
Yeah.
But it's good enough to get Leclerc to have some podiums this year. I think he's had 2 or 3 podiums this year. But for Lewis, he's obviously struggling a lot with the car and at the same time struggling with his engineer because he's had multiple issues throughout the season with Adami. And then he's also struggling with the media because Ferrari is such a legacy name and it's, one of the biggest cars and biggest teams in F1. And Lewis is also a legacy name. So the move to Ferrari had so much attention and so much talk that any wrong move that he did would get criticized by the media and he would just get jumped on. So it must be very, very exhausting for him. And I get why he'd want to retire. I think if he were to have stayed in Mercedes, but the Mercedes contract was limited, and it was only on a yearly basis they might renew it, or it was only for 1 or 2 more years, he might have been able to leave the sport with one last season where he could have gotten a couple more podiums. Maybe this year he could have gotten Silverstone, which is his home race. And then he would have left on a good note because people will always remember him as a 7-time world champion, and he left with the team that he won the majority of the championships in. If he does retire, it's such a bad note to leave on because, not because of his fault. He just ended up in a team that doesn't really understand him, and he doesn't really understand the team and doesn't really understand the car, and all he's gotten is criticism.
Yeah.
So it's really sad news if he does retire, but I fully understand why he would retire.
I don't think he's going to retire over winter. I think the 2026 project is going to be such a big turning point for Formula One, and the car direction is completely different to how they look now.
And Ferrari essentially sacked off
Yeah.
this year's car.
They've
very
pushed off
early
development.
on.
They have. Because they've done it that way, they've been trying to focus all their efforts on next year. That hope is that there will be some more positive results and maybe a championship they can fight for. But as we say goodbye to the final race of 2025, we say goodbye to the final F1 race with a 20-car grid.
Yes. Valtteri Bottas is returning.
And the Ministry of Defence, Sergio Perez. The final race with the current V6 hybrid engines.
Mm-hmm.
Honda's last race with Red Bull and the Racing Bulls before they scamper off.
And it's going to become Red Bull powertrains?
Yes. The last Formula One race to use DRS.
And Kimi Antonelli is the last person to use DRS.
What?
I saw it on X. Apparently, last person ever to use DRS is now officially Kimi Antonelli.
Whoa, okay. Nico Hülkenberg's 250th Grand Prix start.
Mm-hmm.
Sauber's last race before becoming Audi.
Damn, yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda's final Formula One race.
For now. Yeah, we don't know if he'll come back.
Mm.
The last race using the ground effect era cars. Reem, you will no longer have to hear about ground effect, but you will have a totally new car to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Renault's final race supplying engines.
Oh, yeah.
They finished in last place, I believe.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing.
They finished in last place with 22 points. Kick Sauber in P9 finished with 70.
Damn. And Colapinto has ended the season with 0 points.
Let's go through the team standings, shall we?
Yes.
Oh, who ended up getting P3?
Well, could you let me do the team standings? If only I just announced that. P1 is...
McLaren.
P2 is...
Red Bull.
Mercedes.
They got it.
Mercedes.
Oh, yeah. Why did I say Red Bull?
I don't know. Because you're a
We
whimsical
basically
fool.
acknowledged that it was mathematically possible, but also near impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mercedes managed to steal P2 with 469 points.
Hey.
Badass. Red Bull Racing came in at number 3.
Hey, what happened to us guessing?
Who came in number 3?
Red Bull.
Correct. With 451 points. P4 went to... Ferrari. They were unable to get into the 400 mark. They were 2 points away from that number. 398 points. P5 goes to the wonderful Williams. 137 points. P6 goes to...
Ooh,
Aston
Racing
Martin?
Bulls.
Racing Bulls is
Oh!
correct. 92 points. P7 goes to... Aston Martin, next year to be run and team principled by...
Adrian Newey.
Adrian Newey is going to be. Team chief is currently Andy Cowell. He will be saying bye-bye to his team chief role, and instead it will be the man that can see air. Dramatic. No one else is saying it. P8 is going to...
Haas.
It has to be Haas with 79 points. And you know the last two. Read them out. P9 is...
Oh my
what
God.
the fuck?
I know, it kicks our.
Thank you. 70 points.
The panic.
I knew who it was, but I just forgot the name.
And P10
Alpine.
with 22 points.
Hmm.
And that is the 2025 season all wrapped up. What is a moment or a highlight or anything in between from the 2025 season that you think is a standout moment that you enjoyed watching?
Ooh.
I really enjoyed Max's red mist moment. I love the drama. It's the drama, Mick. I love it.
Gavin and Stacey.
I forgot what race it was, but it was the race where Norris DNF'd because of engine failure.
The
And
Dutch
then-
Grand Prix.
Yes, Lewis also DNF'd and Leclerc also DNF'd. And all of them...
just for the photo shoot.
Yes, all of them were just sitting in nature, very dramatically feeling sorry for themselves And it just made for a very entertaining race. I mean, I felt bad for them, but it was very entertaining.
We did the edit.
Yes.
Everybody hurts. What was yours? Is Australia, the season opener?
Oh! Sorry. Yeah.
It was a good race.
That was a fucking epic race.
I
That
kinda
might be
wanna
one of my
rewatch
favourite.
it.
Yeah, that was an
'Cause that was
amazing
so
race.
chaotic.
So chaotic, so many different elements, and they'd all been ready to go and testing in dry conditions, only for it to wet. What?
Only for it to wet.
Only for it to rain. Wait.
Wait.
Oh, only for it to rain. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I loved that race.
God, that feels like so long ago.
Oh, I also loved having Hulkenberg getting a podium.
Yes.
Yes.
And Hadji the cute.
Yes.
Let's say great.
I was, and Antonelli.
Yes.
And Sainz, your man's.
Yes, twice.
Yes. And Sprinkles or Sparkles or whatever it was
Oh,
called.
yeah.
He said that the unicorn is definitely going to be staying on the helmet for next year.
Love that.
Good luck, Charm.
I love that.
Sainz is a superstitious man, it seems.
Bortonetto.
Bortonella.
And with that, let's move on. Can we please go to Reem's recap? Lando wins.
Lando Norris gets crowned the F1 2025 World Champion. A very well-deserved win for him.
Oscar loses.
Oscar had very, very low chances of getting the championship.
Max also lost.
Well, Max had slightly
Max
higher.
got 8 wins this season.
Good for dun dun dun. Max Verstappen. Dun dun. But now you don't vote.
He has a blue car.
Huh?
He has a blue car.
And
so.
Nico has a green car.
Norris becomes the 11th British champion.
Norris continues a legacy of great British drivers.
Verstappen ends his 4-year reign as champion after 1,457 days.
Max Verstappen.
Sonoda gets a 5-second time penalty.
Honestly, props to Sonoda for waking up for 1 weekend just to help out his teammates when he's close to winning a championship. Like, how the fuck did you end up in Q3 in qualifying?
Max loves his baby.
I should fucking hope so.
Bare minimum of being a dad, I think.
Running out of points for this race. Lewis makes a comeback drive, but might want to retire and throw his phone in the bin.
Fair fucks.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
And it's time for the Grand Prix podium for the last time this year.
Oh.
Right, we're going to start off with Prick, who might as well have not shown up for this race. 3, 2, 1.
Frankie
Frankie
Sonoda.
Colapinto.
Oh, okay. I said George Russell. Reem said Franco Colapinto, and Iz said Yuki Tsunoda.
Yes.
Iz, why have you gone for Yuki Tsunoda? He tried.
I went for Yuki Tsunoda because he got into Q3. He tried to defend against Lando Norris. He got a 5-second time penalty and finished out of the points in P14 for his last race after getting demoted to a reserve driver. Do I need any more points?
Fair.
I mean, I maintain that he didn't necessarily deserve.
He also finished P17 in the drivers' standings.
Yeah, that's
33 points, which is ironically his teammate's race number.
well, maybe not. Maybe it'll be 69.
Max finished on 421.
Yeah, that's a shock.
Yeah.
Okay, Reem, why did you say Franco Colapinto?
Because he was the only driver, unless you count Jack Doohan as well, to finish the season with 0 points, which is quite disappointing. He could have gotten at least one. I don't think he's even made it. I don't think he's even made it to Q3 in any of the qualifyings, and if he did, it was probably like one of them.
Okay, and I said George Russell because for some reason you guys have decided to do a Grand Prix podium for the whole season, and it's meant to be just this one race.
I stand by Yuki Tsunoda. There wasn't much going on this
It's
race.
the last race, and Colapinto still didn't get a point.
It's the final race day. Stop.
I said George Russell because I don't really feel like he made any sort of
There was no
inroads.
Russell hustle.
No, exactly. There was no progress in the race. He kind of just stayed at like a very flat place, and you can always count on Russell to like get involved where he's really not needed. And in a race that ended up having so much jeopardy for 3 people, for him to just stay out of it was kind of disappointing.
Agreed.
Maybe he just didn't want Max to win.
Oh,
He's got drama.
conspiracy.
He does Karen about Max quite a lot. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. Okay, so who are we going to pick?
I'm
I
not
stand
budging.
by Colin.
I stand by Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda is more relevant to this race than what Reem's saying.
That's true. But I also stand by Russell. Okay, Reem, Russell or Yuki?
Why are we discounting Colin?
Because we've picked on him enough this year.
Barely. We put him as prick once. Russell. Because actually, Yuki Tsunoda was quite happy with his performance this weekend.
Fair enough. George Russell is Grand Prick.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's Prick.
And there you have it. George Russell is going to be the prick of this week. And who are we going to call Grand? Whose performance was good? They did their job. 3, 2, 1.
Max
Charles
Verstappen
Leclerc.
and Oscar Piastri.
Oh.
I
You
couldn't
can't
choose.
say 2.
I couldn't choose between them.
She literally
Pick
can be
now.
now.
Max Verstappen.
I said Max Verstappen and you said
Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc. Oh, Leclerc's a good one, actually.
Yeah. I think Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris all drove brilliantly today.
Yeah.
But I think that Charles Leclerc was on the outside on a completely different mission to the rest of them, which was I don't care about winning the race. I just want to win as many points as I can because I'm not in this championship fight. I'm just trying to help out Maranello.
But he also got really close to overtaking Norris multiple times and he didn't.
Yeah, because he's a Ferrari that hasn't been developed in months compared to a McLaren.
Actually, he's a man.
He's a man. He's a fiance, actually. It's got a lot of purpose.
I said Max Verstappen because I want to say Grand Prick for Max Verstappen, but the point that you made around the whole he could have backed up, caused a bit of drama and kind of tried to take that championship battle into his own hands. The fact that he didn't do that, it's kind of like, yeah, you won the race, but you could have done more to secure the championship.
Yeah, he could have gone to the nth degree
Yeah.
to really say he'd rinsed all opportunities.
Yeah.
But ultimately, on the day, Red Bull didn't want to play that game, which it could have gone horribly wrong. He could have been called a very unsportsmanlike person, but also he could have been known as a fucking legend if it played off.
Yeah. And Reem, you said Max as well?
Yeah, well, he won the race. He won
That's
the
all
race.
it takes, huh?
Hmm?
That's all it takes, huh?
Yeah, he had a brilliant qualifying. He finished in pole, and he went on to win the race. And he just had a very good performance this weekend.
All right. So Grand is going to Max Verstappen. And who is our Grand Prick of the final race of the 2025 season? Whose performance today was as good as this podcast? Are we ready? Are we steady?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Lando Norris.
Champion of the world. It was kind of obvious that we were going to do that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has won the most prestigious prize in all of motorsport, the pinnacle of motorsport. He has been able to have his name etched into the side of that famous trophy. This is a dream that so many people have all across the world for years on end, and lots of people have it elude them the whole of their lives. And Lando Norris is a very, very lucky lineup and is in fantastic company with some absolute greats and legends of this sport that we love watching. And it hasn't been smooth sailing, and I'd argue at points McLaren have made it a lot more difficult, considering they were crowned Constructors' Championships in Singapore back in September. It's taken them all the way to the last lap of the last race of the season to be able to say who exactly is our champion. But what a champion. I think a fantastically raced season. And I've watched Lando when he first emerged into Formula One, and he has definitely grown into a very charming, very talented and very authentic young man. And I'm sure that he will continue to race hard and hopefully change some things around Formula One and the ideals of what you need to be like to be a racer. Because it's great to be a Max Verstappen, but not all of us are Max Verstappen. Sometimes we feel a bit Lando Norris, you know?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you so much. It was
Great
scripted.
summary.
AI.
Oh, whoa.
No, it wasn't.
So
Powered
they-
by perplexity.
Oh.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
there you have it. Lando Norris is our Grand Prick. Max Verstappen is our Grand. And George Russell, I'm afraid you have taken Prick. Whoa.
That's what his girlfriend's husband.
George gets poked.
I'm glad someone finally said it.
And there you have it. That's the 2025 season wrapped up. Girlies, it's been a pleasure.
It has been an absolute joy to do this podcast. But I have to tell you, if I just said once we watched Australia and I said to Reem, yeah, the one that won that race is going to win the championship, we don't need to watch it. We could have just not watched it. We literally could have just not watched it.
Do you feel like you've learnt a lot?
Yeah. I feel like I can talk about F1 comfortably now.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember all the drivers' names. I can remember all the teams. I know.
What? I said to you, who was in ninth, and you were like, eh.
But I was guessing the rest.
Okay. Because you do the graphics, that's what I'm learning.
I didn't know the drivers' names. I know what DRS means. Drag race reduction.
No.
For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
Drag race reduction.
So it's DRR, is it?
Drag reduction.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Drag race reduction. She got RuPaul on the mind.
Yeah, that's what the fucking Republican Party in America want to do.
So I know some terminology.
Hit me with 3 bits of terminology you know correctly. No, I'm not. No, let's go. Come on. Roll up your proverbial sleeves and give me 3 bits of fucking knowledge you know about fucking F1. Tell me.
Purposing.
Purposing?
Porpoising.
What?
Porpoising.
What is it?
It's when a car moves up and down.
Oh, grow up. Right, next. Disallowed. Next.
Das.
What does that mean?
Something that Mercedes installs in
stand
their
for?
car in
What does it stand
2020.
for? What does it stand for? What does it stand for? And I don't mean, what does this personal system stand for? Peace, love, and prosperity. I mean, what does it fucking stand for? Reem! Oh, Lord. Reem. 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 Dual axis system.
Dual axis system.
Okay, and what's the next bit of terminology you're going to hit us with? Why are you
toe.
yawning? What?
A toe.
You learnt that today. That doesn't count.
DRS, I mentioned that one.
You said DRR. One more, come on. Oh my god, you literally can't.
I can't think at the top of my head.
For God's sake. Well, as if that wasn't painful enough, next week you are going to be sitting your end of year exam.
Yikes.
Please study. Please listen
You
back.
actively told me for the last one not to study.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
saying
well,
to study
now
for
I'm
this
saying
one.
study because it was a shambles that you failed last time.
But
and
was
we got
it
messages from
but
fans
was it
saying they passed.
But was it entertaining?
Well, now we want to actually see what you know. We want to see if this whole fucking year has been for nothing.
I think we already know the answer. We've had fun, but it was bit for nothing.
Well, hopefully the fans have learned stuff.
Yeah.
Right. For the meantime, you can follow us on all of our socials. We're available on Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. Share this out with your friends who love F1, who are trying to learn about F1, because even though the racing is over, the Grand Prix are not. We will be returning for Reem's exam and our little special project that we've got cooking up over the winter break. And then, of course, for the 2026 season, we'll, of course, be back teaching you all about the new regulations, new type of car, and a whole new season.
There is a lot of content to cover, including Drive to Survive will be coming up and coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be doing a preview for that and also binge watching it and then giving our take on all of the drama that was covered on the season we have just enjoyed and watched.
So we hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in 7 days' time. Bye!
Bye!